Hello, and welcome to the Intel Brief, your daily intelligence briefing on global geopolitics. Today is Monday, 11 November. I'm your host Daniel, the founder of HM Intelligence, and every weekday we bring you not just the news, but the so what from the events and decisions that shape our world. So grab a coffee and get ready to be informed. In today's update, we'll be covering the situation in Ukraine over the past few days. So, firstly, in Kursk, a Ukrainian general has reported that Russian troops are attempting to advance in the Kursk region, where Ukraine has taken control of several areas. According to him, tens of thousands of Russian soldiers have been deployed along the border and are actively trying to push Ukrainian forces out of their held positions. This comes after Ukrainian forces made gains in the region in August, seizing control of multiple towns and villages within Russia's southwestern border. Then, President-elect Donald Trump has reportedly spoken with Russian President Vladimir Putin about ending the war in Ukraine, according to the Washington Post. During the call, Trump emphasized the significant US military presence in Europe and expressed interest in holding more discussions with Putin to work towards resolving the conflict peacefully. However, Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov denied that such a call took place. Trump has been critical of the extensive military and financial support provided to Ukraine by President Joe Biden's administration, promising to end the war swiftly, though without detailing his approach. After the election, Trump spoke with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, though Ukraine's foreign ministry noted that it was not informed in advance of any discussions between Trump and Putin. Also, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz announced plans to speak with Russian President Vladimir Putin soon to address the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, though he emphasized that any talks would require coordination with other allies and consultations with Ukraine. Speaking on a public broadcasting talk show, Scholz underscored Germany's commitment to supporting Ukraine while seeking paths to prevent further escalation and explore potential ways to end the conflict. He assured Ukraine of sustained support, emphasizing that it would not let them face Russia alone. Scholz last spoke with Putin in December 2022, advocating for a diplomatic solution and the withdrawal of Russian troops. Recently, Scholz also discussed European peace efforts with US President-elect Donald Trump, with both leaders agreeing to collaborate on achieving peace in the region. And lastly, the Russian Defense Ministry has claimed that its forces have captured the Ukrainian village of Vovchenko in eastern Donetsk. The announcement, which it referred to the town by its Russian name, Vovchenko, stated that the capture was carried out by units of the Russia's Center armed group. Located on the Vovcha River and just 5 kilometers from the key industrial city of Kurakhove, Vovchenko is positioned near an area that has become a focal point of intense fighting, much like Bakhmut, which Russia seized in May 2023 after a prolonged battle. Ukraine has not confirmed this loss, as it often delays acknowledging territorial setbacks. This follows similar reports that Ukraine has lost significant territory over the last month, with some estimates putting the losses at 450 kilometres. So what? While there has been lots of talk about Trump ending the conflict with Ukraine, there have been very little details on how he hopes to achieve this. To me, this seems unlikely. It is still in the strategic interest of the US to support Ukraine despite the monetary costs, as the actual costs mostly go to US arms manufacturers, and they have been attriting the Russian army significantly, which has been good bang for buck, in my opinion. Additionally, all of the draft plans that have been leaked by the Trump administration are almost certain to be rejected, particularly by Russia. One which I saw proposed putting NATO troops along the Ukrainian border, making some kind of DMZ. Russia is highly unlikely to accept this, as this entire war was designed to ensure NATO troops were not stationed closer to Russia. So why would he accept this after so long? While the situation in Ukraine is quite bad, it appears that their defensive plan is to trade land for time and lives, using large amounts of drone and artillery fire to attrit the advancing Russian forces. Though this is a good plan, at some point, the Ukrainians will have to counterattack or stop the advance completely, something that can be difficult to do once the attackers have gained momentum. It is likely that Zelensky needs to convince Trump to support his victory plan if it has any hopes of success. However, this is unlikely to be a quick process, and Ukraine is running out of time and people in this conflict. Thank you for listening to the Intel Brief, your daily intelligence briefing on global geopolitics, brought to you by HM Intelligence. If you want to support the podcast, tell your friends to help them stay informed, and leave us a 5-star review. Or if you want to learn more about intelligence, why not take one of our courses? They're all online, self-paced, and affordable. Thank you for listening. I've been your host, Daniel, and I'll see you next time.